Good morning and welcome to this brand new world we're living in, where it gets better and better every day, and every day brings 1,000 new things, man. Good morning, Glenn.
How you doing, Mark?
Excellent, man. Just sitting here enjoying my day, enjoying the. I want to show you a little something here. We got 300 people here already. This is what my boy just did. Let's see if it shows up.
Here's Thomas. He says, I can climb too. Look at me. I'm on the table. That's good, Thomas.
Yeah, this just happened.
That's good. Yeah, we can usually count on this guy. Now, this guy right here, different story.
That's Chucky on the roof.
He has his own
This is right before the live stream, so I'm trying to round him up, which I do have him now.
Hi,
But
Chucky.
this is what I had to deal with.
I wonder if he'll jump down. I'm kind of doubting it because he's having way too much fun. But I've got a live stream in 30 minutes. And I really need him to be in the house so I don't have to worry about where he's at. I think y'all can appreciate that. Look, Thomas, let's look from his perspective. Oh.
Yeah, here he goes.
Oh.
There he goes. Went into my neighbor's joint. Just got him back 5 minutes before the live stream. He came in the front door. Julie let him in. Yep. So he's got a little bit more freedom than he used to have, but he's a lot happier cat, and he seems to have a little more sense. So we're letting him have a little outdoor time on his own, and it's so far not too bad. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing right now. The weather's the snow's almost melted from the grass here. It's been like on the ground for weeks, and then just a little bit left. Thomas is outside. Chucky's in the porch trying to break out. But that's what's going on here. Just put up another video. It's an older one. I'm looking for a new locker, but you know how that last locker was. It sucked. But mold, mildew, stinky. And yeah, let's see. Let's get into the chat here. We've got a few things going on here. Hey, Craig, how you doing? 1 million people here. What the hell? Tell you what, plenty, man. That's all you need. There we go. 49 here. Oh, good morning, Glenn. It's 49 there. It's 40 here. Yeah, it says 40 here. I don't know what it's going to be later. I haven't really looked into it. But it's a hell of a lot better than it was. I'll say that. Woohoo, we're up to 5. Yeah. Let's see. Todd came in. Hey, we love it, man. How you doing, Todd? Yeah, how about the executive orders? It's been fun, man, just seeing the last years, and then we got more done in the first 2 days of this administration. Then good God, man, that was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, Trump's hitting the ground running.
He is, man. The only thing that he's done that is questionable, and he had to do it, he didn't have any choice, because eventually the Antichrist is AI. We know that. We know that. That leads to these AI gods or whatever they want to call them. But anyway, if he hadn't have brought the big technocrats here, they were going to go to China. So he didn't have a choice. But and the bad thing about AI is it completely gets smarter and smarter and smarter. And at some point, it can absolutely take over the system. That's the fear, So I don't know what his plan is there, but I mean, he had to do what he had to do because he's got to make the country great here. And had we not done that, China would have. So there's that. See what anybody else thinks about all this good stuff. And we're dog parking. I guess you get a couple of thumbs only because Todd is here. Well, we know he's got a thumb. That's right. And when it's pointing in this direction, there it is. That's the good one. We just don't need. Well, those actually are better than none at all. So, but I prefer these. Yeah. Let's see. Hell, we're dog parking. Craig's in the house. Todd's in the house. You feeling any better, Todd? What do you got, man? You got something going on? Hope not. And any better than what? Yeah, that's a question. Do you feel better? Like better than what? That's a good point, man. Didn't you come back? Did F you? What? Are you saying F? Okay, Craig's got it going on this morning. Didn't you come back with C? What in the hell is all this code? Didn't you come back with C? I don't even know what they're talking about. Hey, Jody, how you doing? Happy weekend. It's been a freaking great weekend. What can I say? It's been good, man. We're heading into February. Dismantling all the old crap, man. Just wait. We're going to have a 51st state before you know it. Maybe a 52nd. Maybe a 53rd. Matter of fact, Trump's plane had 55 stars on a flag. We're trying to figure out what that one's all about. So maybe there's some territories that he's going to try to fix, the genius president we had years ago named Jimmy Carter decided to sell the Panama Canal for $1 after losing 30,000 lives and $1 trillion building it. Now go figure that one out.
Yeah.
But apparently they've broken their agreement in that by letting China have access and kind of running things through there. So Trump's got a loophole to take it back. To me, that's fine. Why would a president give it away for $1 when did he ask the taxpayers what they thought about that? Nope. Of course not. There's no accountability there. Andy, how's it going? Hello. Good to see you. First one was a type. I got you. I thought you said F you. That was pretty funny, man. Yeah, storage bandits. COVID. Hey, I remember when they started calling it coronavirus. Yeah. They had that because all coronavirus means is cold. It's the same thing. Yeah. Well, that was a freaking planned event.
Oh yeah. Well, something's wrong when the government offers you free shots and that isn't going to charge you anything.
Oh yeah, they don't. Yeah. What are they putting in there? What are they putting in there? Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's one thing that's going to roll out, and I believe it's the mark of the beast. When this AI thing comes out, with these personalized health things, where you take this shot and the AI in your body will determine what you need. Do not take that. That is definitely going to be a version of the mark of the beast.
You mean you can't? That's so stupid.
Wait for the med beds. Those are the good things. But there's going to be millions of people. I'm just going to go ahead and say it because they fell for it the first time with the C, as Craig so eloquently put it. Do not take the jab.
No.
Health does not come from a needle.
Nope, that's right.
And if you think that, you're going to lose your soul, folks.
Yeah. You know, Mark, I'm 60 years old, and I think I've been to a doctor since I've been 18, probably a total 10 times. I don't go unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah. My mother lived, God bless her, she lived 90 years, never went to the doctor. And I
Yeah.
think that's one reason she lived 90 years. You know, there's some things that are emergencies,
Yeah.
accidents, that's different. I'm talking about just the regular old things that they never cure, but they want to keep selling you more pills to take for the rest of your life to go to treat the symptoms. And
Yeah.
what we found out about medical school, they tell them a lost patient, back it up. A cured patient is a lost customer.
That's right.
So what does that tell you? Tells you everything you need to know.
Your body will recover from most things. You don't need to run to the doctor every time you stub your toe or smash your finger or something.
Yes. There's been a lot going on in the world in the last 8 years. We'll just say 8 years. It's been going on longer than that. But it pretty much started in high gear when they took JFK out. And now the files have been released, or they're releasing the files. I think they've got 15 days or something like that. But they're going to try to. And then did you that one deep state demon tried to tell Trump, no, don't release it.
Yeah.
Mike Pompeo. Well, you know what Trump did? Took away his Secret Service.
Yeah.
He said, okay, well, screw you, because these people here on this in our country want to know the truth. They're tired of all this bullshit.
That's right.
Yes. So we're going to start seeing some transparency for the first time in our lifetimes, I guess.
You know, it's not going to indict anyone anyway, because all those people who are involved in that are dead probably by now. So, but they'll get to the truth.
Some of them are still around,
Are they?
but people want to know. Yeah, I would think some of them are still around, because if you were 20 then,
Yeah, that's
you'd be
true.
in your 80s. I mean, it's possible. Probably not very many at all. Todd says he just got back from a cruise yesterday. Cancun will never be the same after the way we partied. Well, congrats on that, Todd. Hope you had a good time. I never wanted to get on a cruise ship. I felt like that'd be a great place for pirates to come and do. How many pirates are there? Well, who knows what's going on out there right now? And yeah, but you can't run scared either. So way to go, buddy. That's right. Jody. Fear is the tool of the deep state, man. They love it when people are scared of something. They're easier to control.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a control thing. Get you afraid of everything, you know?
Get you afraid of everything. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, if I don't say anything at all today, just one thing that I had to say is, if they get that new AI injection, do not get that unless you want to. That's definitely, in my mind, the mark of the beast.
I'll tell you what, you'd probably be surprised by how many running scared people will do it.
I told people from the beginning not to put that shit in their veins.
The same as the people that got that shot, in the beginning,
I told everybody that would listen to me, and I tell you what, there's some that did and a lot that didn't. And my God, there's only one hope for them now, and that is the med beds, and they will be rolled out. I'm hearing possibility of March.
Well, I know a few people that got that injection, and they used to never get sick, and they're sick all the damn time now.
Yeah, and then the big lie was, oh, but you're not as sick as you would have been. Well, I wouldn't have been sick at all. Well, I didn't get it. I don't need that. I got everything from what I needed from God himself. He gave me my immune system.
Your immune system, that's right.
I don't need that crap.
Let's pump you pump you with a bunch of medication so your immune system doesn't work, and you got to continue to keep going back to a physician.
Yeah, ask your if you've got a doctor and you're ever at the doctor. I mean, eventually sometimes you got to go to one, right?
No.
But in theory, okay. Ask them because they had to go to medical school now, especially if they're a younger doctor. Ask them, look them in the eye, and say, when you were in medical school, did they ever say a cured patient is a lost customer?
Well, if they'll admit it.
You can usually tell when people are lying if you're looking them in the eye.
Yeah, or if they get pissed off when you ask them a question.
Yeah. And then, or you could say this: what disease has our medical field cured in the last 50 years? Let's line them all up. I mean,
Yeah.
let's talk about that. How many? I can't think of any. Maybe polio.
I can't think of any. And is polio cured? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't believe anything I hear from the people that go
I
ahead.
don't think it's as rampant as it was, but I think it's still there. It seems like I saw something on it.
I don't trust them anymore, man. I want a whole new system. I want the whole. So does Trump. So I'm feeling like this is definitely going to happen now. He, against all odds, only God himself could have put him in office after what he had to go through.
Oh yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind at that point. You know, the higher power.
Well, they tried to do every damn thing they could, from assassination to putting him in prison. It didn't. None of it worked.
Tried it all.
Yeah.
Tried it all. Yeah, let's see. And we're dog parking. Jody, Andy. Awesome. Yeah. Hey, good to see you here, Jody. Let's see here. We might do another cat video here in a little while. We could even do storage auctions too. I'll tell you what about storage auctions. So they sucked in my area for so long. I had one the other day that showed up really good and I was excited about it. Next day it was gone.
Huh. Yeah, that's the way it's been going here. It's if you find a good one, somebody comes and pays on it.
Which that's what they're supposed to do, but
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is, So true. Yeah, we saw Johnny Depp on the Black Swan out in the Caribbean. Well, he was cloned, so you might have saw him. You might have seen him. English is terrible. I know what the proper English is. Sometimes I don't say it though. It's like the word ain't. It's not really a word, but then everybody knows what you mean, so technically it is. I don't really say ain't much either, but I have been known to say it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little statement. You ain't bullshitting. What you aren't bullshit. It's just language. It's actually if you speak a word and everybody knows what it is, then it's a word. You can call it slang if you want, but I mean all that's just designations. I mean I don't know where I'm going with this, so I'm really not. So to me, the shot was not as bad as having to wear the. Well, here's the thing about those compliance muzzles. I didn't wear them because, for one thing, there's no law.
Yeah,
Man,
we didn't put them on either. I refuse to.
Yeah, they gave me some shit over at Kroger about that one time. I told this guy, I said, look, if they really worked, you've got one on. So what's your problem?
Yeah. Hell, you can
don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry if I've got underwear on. Don't worry if I've got a face mask on.
That's right.
I'm not asking you what you're wearing under your pants. Don't ask me what I'm wearing on my face. Don't look at me, by the way, if you're going to talk to me like that. I don't need this.
No.
If you want to inhibit your oxygen intake, then by all means do it. Put tape over your mouth. That'll help too.
Yeah.
Stick it close into your nose and put duct tape.
who in the world come up with this, that it's a good idea to breathe your own oxygen in and out? I mean, where the hell?
I guess somebody that was stupid. Actually, maybe they were very smart and they know that people can be easily manipulated, especially when you got a media in compliance. See, what people are just now finding out, and I knew this, I've been on this for 8 years, but back in the treason administration, they rescinded the Smith-Mundt Act or whatever it was. So now they're actually, I think that was part of it, they're actually allowed to use disinformation to scam the people. It's legal. So what does that tell you? Why did they go out of their way to make it where you could use disinformation on the people? And then we're supposed to, that's why I don't even watch that crap, man, because it's fake. Trump said it 8 years ago. It's fake news. That's what it is. Yes, comply, muzzle. No, I didn't do that. No, took a lot of crap too.
Yeah, same here. I had family members wearing it. I said, well, wear the shit if you want to wear it. I'm not wearing it.
I mean, if you want to wear one because you don't want anybody, if you're out in public and you just don't want to be recognized, that's your right. You can do that, but don't call it a health thing because it's not.
Yeah.
If you want extra health, breathe some extra oxygen.
And you still
Why
see
do you want to breathe your own exhaust?
Yeah, and you still see people walking around and driving around wearing the damn things.
I saw some lady driving around with her windows up and her mask on. I'm like, what is
Same here.
What the hell is wrong with you people? I just don't understand it. It was a test balloon to see if the population would be compliant, and a lot of people failed.
Yeah.
They started wearing that stuff. Oh my Lord! So it's like you can put one on your butt. And you just keep farting through this mask. Constant. What's that mask gonna look like? It's gonna be a big brown old. You look like Mr. Bill. Hello, Mr. Bill. A lot of folks look better with a mask. Well, I'll tell you what, that helps you to preserve your Fourth Amendment right. The only thing I'll agree on with a mask, it allows you to stress test your Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your papers and articles of possession. That's right.
The other thing, Mark, these people that were trying to enforce it in these supermarkets and stuff, a lot of them, you seen them, and they had the mask on, but it was below their nose, so they're not even wearing it the right way anyhow. So
it's all stupid. It's all stupid. Everything about it, and people didn't. Not enough people questioned it. And then people started to, and then they try these. Then they try to tell them, "Oh, you just don't give a shit about anybody." Oh yeah, no, I do. I'm big on the Constitution. If it goes in line with the Constitution, maybe I'll deal with it. But there's nothing about having to put something on your face to inhibit your oxygen intake that I'm going to listen to.
No, because where does it end? I mean, what else are they going to tell you to do? And you're going to do it because the government said it's okay, or you better do it.
Yeah, they wanted to kill our cows so we couldn't have meat because the cows were farting. Yeah, well, Trump took care of all that when he rescinded the whole climate thing because it's all a scam.
Yeah.
It's gone. And this time it's going to stay gone because they're not coming back from this. The whole last 4 years has been an operation that worked beautifully. It showed everybody in what they were doing and how they were doing it. And now we drained the swamp. It's taken years, and it's going to take more years. They're already rounding up all the criminals, that were let in here. And there was a reason they let all them in here, folks. And it wasn't just for votes. You know that. Hey, Patrick, how you doing? I think I missed your post earlier, sir, and I apologize. You look better with a mask on. Well, I mean, if you're trying to protect your Fourth Amendment right of, keep your identity private, and I'm all for it. But yeah, I want the right to be ugly and to show it.
It was coming down to a lot of employers were telling people if you didn't wear a mask, we're going to fire you. I know a
And
lot
I'm
of people.
sure a lot of them did get fired over that.
Yeah.
And I hope that worked out for them all right, because I don't know if that was a constitutional or not. We'll have to hammer that out in a real court. Hence the name Radio Face Reseller. Radio Face. Radio. Glenn said, bye. Hey, Glenn, we're glad you swung in, my man. Yeah, hopefully your weather's doing pretty good. We're getting ready to, spring's on the way. Oh, I can't wait, man. Glad you swung in, Glenn. I do miss having to wear them since I didn't care for them. I didn't go out as much and less spending. I mean, everybody's got the right to wear one of those things if they want to. But it used to be here in Kentucky, you couldn't wear a mask if you were over 16. And I think the reason they did that was for criminals, But I think it's been deemed that you can, because it falls in line with the Fourth Amendment. So, but it doesn't mean you have to, though. That's some of these people were telling you, oh, you have to. No, I don't do shit. I have to do this.
No, I'm going to tell you I have to point your finger at me.
Yeah, screw that.
Might get your finger broke.
Yeah, people need to just get out of other people's business like that, Why don't you have a mask on? Well, why aren't you wearing a jock strap on the outside of your pants? Well, what kind of a statement is that? Well, why are you asking another grown up person why I'm not wearing something on my face? It's none of your, why are you wearing a shirt? Well, shut up then. I don't mean it like that, but sometimes you just feel like saying it, It was a great money habit building out exercise. I see how long I can go without having to go out now. I'm not much on going out either. I mean, with the internet, you can be pretty sociable without even leaving the house. So it kind of helps, I mean, it's after letting millions and millions of criminals in. I mean, who's to say they're just not out trying to find a quick hit, because that was their play. Yeah. So
that's the damn truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing we got our Second Amendment, right? So all these amendments mean something. They were put there for a reason.
Well, if it continued the way it was, we wouldn't have any amendments. They took them all away.
Oh, they wanted to knock them out. They really went hard after the first and second, and the fourth. Some of these buildings you walk into, so you got to sign in. It's a public building. You have to sign in and let us know who you are. Now what's really taking over America in every state of the union now, First Amendment auditors. It's a huge thing on YouTube now. People can go ahead, Glenn.
I was going to say, tell you one thing I wish they'd do here in California is get rid of this damn governor we've got.
It's going to happen. You know why? Trump's already been to California, and he is going to help get them back to where they need to be. I think if there is a next regular election, if we haven't got a new system, I think we're going to go to a blockchain for the next presidential election. But if they go to a voter ID there, which that's the only way they're going to get federal funding now. So Newsom can't win in a legal election. You know that, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He won't get enough votes. He never has. I'm sure of it.
Yeah,
if he would, they wouldn't have to cheat.
One thing, they need to change the damn gun laws in California.
Well, there's only one gun law we need to. It's the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
That explains how you can do it.
You know, even if you have a lot permit to carry a gun here in California, I don't know if you know this or anyone else does or not. You have to put it in your glove box, and you're not allowed to have the clip, or if it's a revolver bullets with it, they have to be in your trunk. Now, what damn good does that do you?
That's unconstitutional, obviously,
I mean,
and that was put into place because people are stupid. I don't understand it.
yeah, the gun does you no good if you don't have the ammunition in it. I mean, you get attacked. Hey, let me go to my trunk.
No, you can get a hamburger, but I'm gonna have to give you the buns now. When you roll around to the side window, open your trunk, and we'll put the meat in the trunk. And then when you get home, put your burger together. But if you're really hungry along the way, no, just eat the buns. Just eat the buns. When you get home, you can have the meat. Don't worry about it. Hey, Eric, how you doing, buddy? Yeah. Eric watched that video I put up this morning about not buying a video, buying a, let me start over, by not buying a storage unit on your phone, because I did that one time and my God, took a little bit of an L. I've been putting up some bad lockers lately. I need a good locker coming soon. He said, "Good morning, everyone. I never wore a mask not once. I drove to Ohio for a toy collection on the first week of lock." Yeah, hell yeah, that's right. I got into a really good argument one day at Kroger about that. I told the idiot, I said, "What are you worried about? You've got one of those freaking things on your face. If it works, don't worry about what I'm doing because you've got something that's protecting you, right? And by the way, they don't work anyway. Are you breathing air anyway? Just less of it? Well, guess what's in that air you're breathing, you dummy?" You know what I mean? Kind of thing. And Eric, I can really appreciate his situation. He's living in the belly of the beast. He's in the California of the Midwest, or yeah, he's in Illinois. Okay, I can appreciate what he has to deal with there. It's probably as bad as it is in California, if not worse. Yeah, Illinois is bluesy. I mean, and it's all just right there in Chicago, man. It's like that whole area dictates everything in that state. You got the same problem in California and New York. Some of these states, man, things are going to have to change, man.
Yeah,
And they will. I even still had yard sales. People showed up like normal. That's what you want. Yeah. I haven't had a yard sale in so many years. I might end up having one. I don't know, sometime. I could. I had one time where we brought in about $1,000. I mean, that's good money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not ruling that crap out. It's just the way things are right now. I mean, it's good. It's getting better, but we're still trying to get our country back. Man, we're on a roll too. Oh, let's see where we leave off here. How long I can go without having to go out? Okay, we did that with Patrick. Okay. I'm not a big going out either, Patrick. I would, yeah. Showed up like normal. Should do that normal. Hey, man, dog, how you doing? Yeah, he's talking about that locker that I just bought. Well, I didn't just buy it. It's been a while. That was a remaster, but I bought it on my phone when they were doing the stupid public storage. That's when the lockers stopped being sold normally because of the pandemic. So we had to drive there in our cars. We couldn't get out except to go in there to the office to sign in and wear a face mask. So I didn't really wear one, but so I didn't get kicked out, I had a ghillie mask. You know, one of those things. It's a ghillie mask. I think there's one of my videos I put out. I was wearing a ghillie mask, but honestly, I was cheating because the ghillie mask is not a mask. It's got like You could breathe really easy in it. It doesn't even inhibit your oxygen intake. It just looks like it does. So that's what I did to get around that, not getting thrown out. Because it is a private business, they can ask you to leave. They can't make you wear one. But when you're in a private business, and public is privately owned, so they can ask you to leave at that point if you don't have it on. And I didn't want to leave because I wanted to buy. So I just wore a ghillie mask, and I could breathe fine through that. But those other things that look like a Tampax or whatever, or a jock, you can't breathe through those, right? And well, let's see. Mad Dog says Christmas units can be good or bad. Sometimes you find good Christmas, like Treasure Hunting with Jeeves, Department 56. But you know what, though, man? I don't do good with. The only time I do good with holiday stuff is when I get it in a unit, and it's that holiday coming up.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise you got to store that. Storing stuff costs money. In my mind, it's storage space equals money. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is. Space is the final frontier when you're buying storage auctions. You got to have the space. I got 3 buildings, and they're in pretty good shape. Building 1's jammed, but 2 and 3 are organized mess right now. We're doing fantastic. Now we got our man back. Hey, Harry, how you doing? I'm called to work. Oh, no, Harry. Gosh, dang it, man. You know what I would do, Harry, but I'm not going to say it because you already know what I'm going to say, and I'm not going to say it. Okay, I'm not going to say it. What would I do? Would I be driving? No, I'm going to turn around and go home. You know what I'm going to do, Glenn? If I had that going on, what would I do? I'd go back home. Call my boss. Hey, guess what? I just found out that I could get paid without coming in, man. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me here for all these years. Now, take this job and stuff it. I ain't working here no more. I'm just messing with you, Harry. Well, that's called subversion from within, man. It just so happens they got it. They got it in spades there, man. There was just so much corruption, and when you got a guy look who's related to Pelosi,
Yeah.
who admits to being reptilian.
Oh.
Oh, so her relatives aren't reptilian? I don't know if she said that tongue in cheek or she's actually reptilian, because I think they're here, man. That's just my opinion. You don't have to believe me. I mean, if you ask everybody in California, are you going to vote for this clown? I bet if you ask every person in there, I don't think he would have the votes. Not even close. The only exceptions are if somebody's there illegally. And it seems to me they're being rounded up here. They have one chance. Now you've got caravans of people going the other way because Trump gave them a chance to leave on their own, and they can come back legally. They can attempt to come back legally through the proper channels. So he gives them times to save their ability. But if they're caught after a certain point, they're never going to be allowed in. See, the main point is right now they just want to get the criminals that were let in, because these countries that emptied their jails, and then their crime went down like 70%, like in Venezuela. So, well, just send them up to the United States. They're tearing that country up anyway. Yeah. And while they're still giving out the taxpayers' money for free, you can get yours now.
Well, that's coming to a hold right now.
Yeah. So that's what the whole past 4 years has been us showing the people what they needed to see. Mad Dog says, I would have to bid on a storage unit on my phone if I ever buy one. I drive 90. You would buy one on your phone. I mean, if you had like, rather than using your phone, had I used a big tablet or something where I could have looked at the pictures, but I actually used my phone. But you can, I guess I could have took a laptop or something. But those things, you had to be on those like all day, so you'd have to have a power bank and everything else to keep the thing charged. Mm-hmm. Right, Harry. It's called voter fraud. If you don't need a voter ID, you can vote as many times as you want. Well, see, that's the thing. Everybody and their brother knows that you need voter ID. You need an ID for everything.
Oh, you have to have an ID to buy cigarettes, even. So why won't you need an ID to vote?
You gotta have an ID to drive. You gotta have an ID to buy beer if you look like you're under 40. Everybody and their brother agrees on that. But one of the most important things in the world, why wouldn't you want to? How blatant is this? We don't want a voter ID, and we want to let everybody come in country illegally and vote for who we want. We don't want what you want because you want stability and prosperity. We want chaos and control. You can take your chaos and control and shove it where the sun don't shine. Because the American people have spoken. Even with the corrupt system, we still beat the algorithm of it. Because there was a lot of cheating in this election too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Trump actually won by more than he really did.
I'll bet you he won California.
Oh yeah.
Might have won New York because he even went to New York. Yeah, if you remember, Reagan won New York. Reagan won California. Wonder how that happened. He must have overwhelmed it somehow. I don't know how that happened, but I think since then, they probably made sure that wasn't going to ever happen again. I would be willing to bet on that. There you go. Great. Yeah. Yard sales can be very good. Well, I can attest to that. I made about $1,000 at one of them one time in the front yard, man. And it was like 5 hours of work.
Yeah.
Like $200 an hour, man. Eric says, Second Amendment shall not be infringed. That's the part that people don't understand. What part of shall not be infringed don't people understand? My state sucks. Yes. I know you understand that. Gun laws shouldn't exist. They shouldn't, because the gun law that matters is the Second Amendment. But it should be federal, the same across the board. Laws shouldn't change state to state. That's how they try to get around some of these things, man. They try to bastardize each constitutional amendment. And we're heading back in the right direction now. It took a while. Things are going to change, folks. We're going back to the original Constitution. There's a lot of stuff people won't understand that's happened, especially about the country being turned into a corporation and how that took our rights away and sold our birth certificates as bonds. That's why it's starting in like the 40s. Basically, when you were getting a copy of your birth certificate, and it was in the capital letters, but what you were really saying is they owned you at that point. And what people are going to get back after the new financial system starts is they're going to get back all the money that was generated off your birth certificates and quite a bit of your tax money that you paid in, because they've already started to get rid of the IRS. We've already started a new branch, not branch, but a new, it's called the external revenues there.
Yeah.
Whereas our revenue is going to start coming from tariffs of all the countries that have been ripping us off, like Canada even, This is why Trump's giving them a choice. So, well, you're either going to have to pay tariffs. If you can't handle that, then you might want to become the 51st state. And as far as the people in Canada go, they won't be paying much less in taxes. And then at some point, they won't be paying any if they really understand what's going on. Law. Let's see. Wait a minute. I know some people think they're above the law. Some people try to stretch the amendment and break it. There's a law in North Dakota that you can record, but you cannot use a recording. What? Yeah, that's the problem. There's some states try to take away your like your freedom of the press. Everybody in the country is free press. You don't need a credential to be a journalist. And that gets messed around. Like they really try to screw that up in Eric's state. You know, every state in the country now is got First Amendment auditors doing a job, putting their content on YouTube and exposing all the tyranny. And it's amazing. Like you can go in and you can go into any public building, you know, not bothering anybody, just where only public accessible areas, and film. And if somebody says, well, I don't consent to be on there. Well, you're in public. There's no expectation of privacy in public. If you want privacy, you got to create it yourself. So you got to put on a mask if you want to stay. But yeah, I mean, if you want to use it for that, then it becomes, it's an okay thing to use for your advantage. They wanted you to wear it as a disadvantage. Yeah, don't think otherwise. The only thing government can do, big government can do, is just make things worse. That's all they've ever done. Yeah, don't let them. Yeah, people need to do some auditing there, man. Or tape recording in court, but you can't show it. There are some people that can get, yeah, that's the one exception, is you can't film in courthouses, but I really wonder if that's really constitutional or not.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it is.
But I won't get onto that one, but yeah, I'm not so sure why that is. Harry says 2 years and 11 months, then I'm done. I wouldn't want to waste that much time in the golden years. I would not, just me personally. I mean, you know what, you got a plan, and I admire you for sticking to it, but I wouldn't want to piss 3 years away, man. I just wouldn't want to do it. Especially, you know, you get away from your boss, you got a chance to really make some money. That's right. Because there's going to be so many ways you can make big bucks, man. We're heading into a golden age. Trump's not kidding, man. It's going to be easy to become a millionaire. Easy. It just is. There's going to be so much money floating around. So many ways to do it. This is the grand time to really get your motor running. That's right. Todd says, when Harry retires, the world will change forever. Yeah. Well, he's got a plan and he's sticking to it. I can respect that. Yeah, we're dog parking. Just got back from cruise, Harry. Boy, that was fun. I do a mean Macarena. Can you imagine John doing? Let's see what Harry's at. Harry's at. It's very simple. All those males that came across the border are cartel foot soldiers. Yes, exactly. And they were going to take this country. That was part of the plan. They were making like sleeper cells, and let's see if Trump gets rid of. And it's like, well, he's doing that now, Harry. I mean, he hit the ground running the other day, man. When he came in, there was like 200 executive orders erasing the damage that the Biden regime. That was all a psyop, but that's for another story. We'll just talk about it like it actually happened. There's so much about it that wasn't right, and we may never know the full truth. Even the good guys have to use disinformation, so there's that. That's awesome, Todd. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. All right, everybody. Later on, Harry, have a good day, man. Sorry you had to go in there on your weekend, but hey, you knew it was coming. Mad Dog says, I know somebody who didn't bring their driver's license when the couple did the move, or they just gave them their driver's license number and took them to court and won and didn't have to pay the fine. Didn't bring. Wow. I guess he's talking about having to identify. Yeah, that's against your Fourth Amendment, man. I know certain states tried to keep Trump off the ballot. Oh boy, yeah, that worked out good for him, didn't it? I wonder how he's going to feel about the who made those decisions now. I wonder how long they're going to be in office. I wonder how that's going to work out for these people now that Daddy's back.
Yeah.
You know, Trump actually is from the same bloodline as Princess Diana, King David from 3,000 years ago. Just wanted to mention that. Certain states try to. Well, that should piss everybody in the country off. I don't care what side you're in. There shouldn't be. This is good versus evil, by the way. If people haven't figured it out yet, I wonder how many people are going to try to stay in units, or how they're ever going to fix the problem. Try to stay units. I'm trying to figure out what you meant here. It's the problem. Well, here's what my take. I think we're heading into a golden age coming up. You know, over the next year or two, we're going to have a new financial system, a new framework of our government, vastly reduced government, like up to 90%. A lot of prosperity. I think the end of income taxes, and so I think people are going to have a lot of money. There's going to be some restitution coming from the machine that we've trying to turn off, you know. So there's going to be a lot of money in everybody's hands and a lot of opportunity. I'm wondering how that really affects storage buying in the future. I think the only lockers that are going to pop up for the most part are going to be people that pass away, you know, and those are the ones that are usually better anyway, you know.
Yeah, people that are dead or in jail.
Right. Mm-hmm. I know the Pirate and Jeebus help with the problem. Well, you know, they buy their share of units. Right now, they're buying quite a few, I'm sure. I need to buy me one here for too long because I still love doing it. You know? I wonder how it's going to go over in New York since they tried to keep him off the ballot. We'll see. I think New York's one of the hubs of corruption. Big ones. I think a lot of that's in New York, Illinois, California. Man, there's just some East Coast states that are just. It's funny about Delaware. It's their state motto is "Live free or die." Isn't that where Biden was from? Delaware.
I think so. Yeah.
Live free or die was his state motto. I don't think he expected that. Of course, he had been around since 2020, but that's a whole nother story. We don't need to go there. It blows people's circuits. There's so much crazy crap going on. Let's see if we got I want to show you guys. Since there's just a few of us here, and we're going to tighten that little group here. And for my cat people. Yeah. Let's see what I can. Oh, here we go. I'm going to show you guys what Chucky did this morning. Here's another video. Where'd you go?
I found Chucky. Well, actually, Julie found him. We've been looking for him because he's slipped over the fence, but he never really left. He just flew onto the roof. Hi, Chucky. That's a good boy. Look at that. That's a fine looking cat up there. Yeah, Thomas, don't you wish you could fly like that? Oh, I hope he doesn't get on that.
I thought he was going to jump onto the tent.
He might. What do you think he's going to do, Thomas? Let's see. Let's see if he does a dismount, Thomas. Hi, Chucky. Can I interview you? How'd you get up there, son? Did you see your brother? He's down here on Earth. Did you see Elon yesterday? He went to Mars. That's a good boy. All righty, then.
Okay, yeah. I don't know, it wasn't exciting, but that's a subscriber or two, what ends up happening. I love cats. What can I say? All right, back to the business here. Stage unit. Wait a minute. Stage units. I'll tell you what, man. I go onto Facebook sometimes, and I don't post there anymore, other than my Stacker channel and our family page. But every one of those storage auction groups, they think every unit's staged. I mean, okay, I know those happen every now and then, but they think every unit's staged. And I used to post videos of lockers that I found there. Oh, you put everything. Yeah, you added that to the. I'm like, screw you, man. Yeah, everybody that puts the video up from YouTube in their mind is staging. They were putting their own stuff in there. Okay, whatever. Mad Dog says, I think Trump is going for some of the politicians in the government and the court system. Oh, yeah. It's called draining the swamp. Yeah. And he is draining the swamp. 90% of government's going bye-bye. And I think it's more than that. We even have a department of DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. We're ran by Elon Musk. That's getting rid of all the waste. And the people that were being paid to stay at home and do their government job, obviously they're not doing anything. They were told they have to come back to work.
Yeah, they're bitching about it too.
Well, they either come back to work. I think a lot of them aren't even going to come back, man, because they probably are strung out on something, you know. Some of them, I'm not saying all of them, you know, maybe some of them were actually doing their job. I doubt it, though. Because I know one thing, if I had a job at home, was getting paid for 8 hours of work every day, I would do what I had to do, but that wouldn't take me 8 hours. I would get it down to an art. I'd knock that sucker out in 15 minutes. That's just a fact and being honest here. Out of all the years you've done this, have you ever thought you bought a unit that somebody staged? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to show it to you, Mad Dog. You want to see it? He wants to see it, doesn't he, Glenn?
Yeah.
I know where this one is. All right, let me take your post down. I'm going to show you where we went one day and this happened. Yeah, I know where it is, too. It's only going to take me a few seconds. Yeah, well, no pressure now. No pressure. Come on, Mark. Where is it? Oh, boy, there it is. No, that's not it. Yeah, that sucks. All right, I haven't given up yet. There it is. All right, here we go. This can happen to anybody, an experienced buyer, a new buyer. When you get into a unit and you're banking on what doesn't show, this can happen. Look at this. Wow. Look at this. Hey, look at this crap. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. Now look at the mess. You see what I'm talking about here? We got a freaking mess. That's great. That's great. You see what I mean, though? All that stuff, it just blew up, and now we got a freaking mess. But the backstory. Jay and Hunter and I all went up into Indiana And we decided we went to this new auction. We'd never been there. And oh my God, I bought 2 units that day. And they had definitely staged everything. They had boxes stacked up in the corner, empty, all neatly stacked. Had things like the toolbox. You could see there was a toolbox in the front, but they had it covered up where it was clearly a nasty toolbox. You could only see the part that let you know it was a toolbox. Everything in there was staged. So yeah, I know exactly how that goes. And man, I was pissed. That's when I made that video. That was 4 years ago. Chucky, good cat. How did he get on the roof? Well, if he can jump up onto the fence, and then from the fence he can hop to building 2, or he can hop to building 1, and then he can even. Let me show you what else he can do, Mad Dog. I forgot. This is the one I thought I was showing earlier, but this is what he can do, and it's pretty cool. Here, let me go back to where this begins at. All right. Okay, I think this is it.
It's a beautiful sky shot of Chucky.
Okay, there's a beautiful sky. You'll get to see what he does here. Oh, no, that's not it. What happened?
It's a beautiful sky shot. Here's Thomas.
What happened? That's not it.
Look at me.
Daggone it. Look at what you've done.
Beautiful sky shot of Chucky. He's exercising his First Amendment rights right now. Look at that beautiful cat. He's having a really good morning. All right, let's see if I can get one more final shot of him. I know you all enjoy watching Chucky's escapades. Let's see if he makes the large jump from building 2 to building 3. He's done it before. There he goes.
There he goes.
Good jump, Chucky. That's a beautiful jump.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good jump. That's the second time I've seen him do it, and I got both of them on video. Of course, he probably did it when I wasn't seeing it or I wasn't watching. So that's one way he can jump from the roof to the fence, or from the fence to the roof, and he can go from one day he jumped on building 1, jumped to building 2, then jumped to building 3, then hopped the fence. Yeah, so good. Yeah, that's how he did it, man. That's exactly how he did it. Those videos will be up tomorrow. I got tonight's videos. I'm doing 4 a day now. I started out doing 10 back 2 years ago. Then we ended up going down to 6, then 5, and I'm going to stay at 4. Hang on, I got to let Thomas in. He's stuck outside. Be right back. Cats come first. You know it. You know it. Come on, Thomas. All right. Cats here have the same rights as people do, other than they can't drive. Can't drive. Yeah, man, dog. He's probably been on Facebook reading some of the same comments. Every time you put matter of fact, they wouldn't even let me post my videos there anymore. And it was about storage auctions. And I would post a video about a storage auction, and they would take it down. Now you tell me if that's fair. I guess it's their page, but I thought that was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mad Dog says he finds it funny, some of the comments about stage units. But the thing is, they say that about all of them. Every freaking time. It's like, oh, if you got a good locker, it was staged. Well, then why are they wanting to buy these things then if every good locker is staged? Why? What's the point? I've been buying these things for what, 13 years? So I'm buying just because they're all crap, right? So I keep buying them, and they're just all crap. They're all staged. Well, then get into another hobby, man. What am I going to tell you? Why are you sticking around on this one if they're all staged? Yeah, I'm ranting. I get it. Now, I want to show y'all something important here. What's really important. Look at this beautiful cat. Look at that beautiful cat. That's Thomas. Y'all know why I'm especially fond of this cat. Because I had a cat named Douglas. Looked similar to him. And I miss that cat to these days. This was his little buddy. Yeah, Glenn knows all about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's special to me. They're all special. That bad. Yeah, man, I don't know what it is about people. They think, well, they're all staged, yet they want to go buy a storage unit. And so if they get a storage, because they don't do YouTube, it's okay to get a good unit then. But if you do YouTube, they're staged. You can't show that good unit because you're driving prices up. Why are you driving prices up? It's staged. It's staged. You talk about something that screams, I'm freaking broke. That's it right there. You might as well just say, I ain't got a pot to piss in if you're talking like that. And that's the freaking truth. Good Lord, people, wake up. I've gotten stage lockers, Eric says. Bought one with Nike Jordan boxes all empty. Not even a loose shoe anywhere. Yeah, it happened. I've seen that. Yes, that happened to me. And when I go to a place like that, and I never go back. I know the ones that I can go to where they're not doing that. When you start to buy these year after year after year, you start to see which locations that you want to buy from. And that's just a fact. And you look for, like, if they get a new manager, you look for differences after that. That's how you do it. You live and learn. Thanks, Mad Dog. That's my beautiful Thomas. He's a beauty. I've never known a cat that can jump that far. Chucky's pretty good, man. I guess that's about an 8-foot jump from building 2 to 3, I reckon. Something like that. Yeah, I'd say about 8 feet. He made it pretty easy. Thomas he is a very good cat, Mad Dog. My big locker was staged. Yeah, you know what? That's the thing. Craig got a unit that was staged, and it was good. I mean, maybe the people that staged it weren't really staging it.
Yeah.
Because it was good. Maybe they just liked looking at it. Maybe something went wrong in their lives where they couldn't pay it or where they lost it. Maybe they passed away. Maybe they did something wrong and went to jail. Maybe this, maybe that. Who knows? I mean, technically somebody could sell as a private owner and put what they want in there. Those are all staged.
That's a staged unit.
I mean, everything you buy in Walmart or Target, or all these crazy, they're all staged.
Yeah.
Everything you buy is staged. Mm-hmm. Does it mean what you're buying is bad? I mean, I think the big issue that I was having on Facebook and the groups where I don't post there anymore is because I was posting some really good lockers. And they were like, oh, you're just going to drive up the price. No, I'm buying these daggone things. I'm not doing it to drive up anything. You think people aren't going to buy them based on what I'm buying here in Kentucky? Give me a break. Some people are so stupid. I've seen people have to sue Facebook because of some of their stupid things. Well, Facebook's already been exposed for fraud. I don't think fraud's the right word. Manipulating elections. Let's just say that. I mean, you got a guy like Zuckerberg, who is not human, by the way. He's partially, but he's. I digress. I don't need to go there on this live stream, but whatever he is doesn't matter, right? But they paid millions, millions, and millions of dollars to put these drop boxes in all these cities, and then have mules stuff them with and they got video proof of all that. And of course, it didn't happen because it's not in the mainstream. It didn't happen, even though we all know it has. It's just another psyop, man. That's what we're fighting. I do like the new YouTube channel to Ching Chip Bang King. I've never heard of him. Ching Chip Bang King. Wow, that's pretty cool name. Ching Chip. That's I was gonna say a joke. I don't think I better tell that one. I used to. It's like the last 3 lockers I bought have sucked, man. I mean, they've blown, but I have bought some bangers, man. I cannot wait to get another one. Mad Dog says he loves Lockers TV, and Lockers TV inspired him to buy. Yeah, it's what inspired me to buy Lockers was back in 2011 when I watched Storage Wars. And I've always bought them since. And they were staging those. That's why a lot of these people that, well, they're all staged. Well, yeah, if you watch Storage Wars, they even admitted it. That doesn't mean the lockers were all staged. They would take certain items, it's what they called salting the unit to make them more dramatic for TV.
Yeah.
So they get a good, decent unit, but then they would add that killer item that they already had planned to go, and they had somewhere to go to take it to get it appraised. And they already had the person in line to go get it appraised. All that shit was staged. But when anything's on TV like that, they got to make it more exciting for people to watch. And they were definitely finding a lot of good stuff. Mad Dog says eBay has been sued many times and lost a lot. Some people just think because it's such a small amount that the people will not sue them. Maybe so. You still selling items out of that unit, Craig? That's cool, man. I watched him dig that one out. That's pretty cool. I've seen people make huge money on stage units, and the person that staged the unit didn't make them much. Interesting. Kentucky, they get a lot of money for furniture and college. Yes, I tell you what, furniture's probably one of our staples from units. I like getting units that's got dressers, old dressers, antiques,
Barstools.
Yeah, and dust, signs that somebody passed away, in Tennessee. Yeah. Ching Chang Bang King. Ching Ching Bang King. I have to write that down. Bang King sounds like banking. Maybe he's taking it all to the bank. I don't know. Yeah, Tennessee. I know KT Treasures and them. They travel around all the time, going from they're in Pennsylvania. They'll go to New York. They've gone down to Tennessee. They go all over the place, man. Take their dog with them. What's their dog's name? CJ or J? Yeah, CJ. Ching Ching Bang King YouTube channel. Yes. One time, somebody told me the way the Chinese couple will name their child is they'll take several rocks and put them in a can and throw the can, and the sound the can makes, that's what they name their kids. Ching Chang Dong. I don't know. It doesn't sound that bad. That seems like that'd be a tough language to learn, man. Chinese. I mean, think about just trying to draw all those little things, man. I sure couldn't do it. Mad Dog says KT Treasures went to Tennessee. The prices were crazy. Even the auctioneers for the auction houses were going to the auctions and driving up the price. Yeah, I seen them. I watch all their videos. I watch pretty much uh and Joe and Jenna's channel, J&J Family Finds. They just finished up a banger, man. They were finding gold rings and old vintage items, old toys, old cards, photograph. I mean, it's just, I'll tell you what, they got to know. Of course, they drive farther. They drive all over to get some of these units. Got a big old trailer. Some people have seen they bought units that bought super that they needed, sometimes scored big. So let me see if I can code this. Seen that they bought units that, yeah, okay. Scored big. Hey, I don't get your jest on that one, but that's okay, man. I get the point. What was that? Did you hear something? Oh, I stopped drinking out of plastic bottles, so I went to the store and I got a bottle of expensive drinking water. But we've got a water filter. So rather than buying another one of these, I just bought the bottle. So we take a water filter and I poured it in, refill this. Because apparently plastic isn't all that good to be drinking from. Everything's in freaking plastic. So I don't know what good that'll do, but I just started doing it anyway, and it'll save money as far as that goes.
Yeah, you don't have to buy cases of water.
Right. We just filter our own. We just got to buy filters every now and then and just filter our tap water. So anyway, as far as California goes, Glenn, if they get done what Trump wants to do, he wants to turn the water back on so they can have water again. Why would your governor not? Well, this is a rhetorical question. Obviously, they're trying to destroy things there. Clearly.
His reasoning for it was they're trying to save this fish called the Delta fish.
Yeah, I know how fish hate water.
Yeah, who gives a shit? You know, you're gonna.
I mean, if a fish can't survive in water, then that's their problem. I mean, why would taking water away from fish help them survive? I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Fish need water, and it's clean water. I mean, there's been an attack on all of our farmland. All over the country, they're trying to back up some of these evil people like the Gates. They want to buy up all the farmland. They want you to eat watermelon that's made from plastic. Some people were getting food that wasn't real. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't hear that, I don't think.
Yeah, there was a lady that she got this piece of watermelon, and you could bend it and just. Yeah. Oh. I don't know enough about it to really dig in deep, but yeah, that was actually going on. They're trying to roll out anything that's they're trying to kill everybody. All right.
or keep you sick.
Well, that's where the profit is. You got to have people sick if you want to make money, man. That's what they do. And control. Tennessee. Ching, chang, bang, ching, bang. Oh, how did I get back up here? Some people have seen it. Oh, yeah, okay, that's the one I did for something they needed. Yeah, that's what. Okay, that's what I meant. What you meant? Yeah, I call that. That's a great way to shop, and that's how you gain a tactical advantage in a storage unit. Let's say that you need a dresser, or you need a refrigerator, or you need a freezer, and you see one in a unit, and then you see a bunch of good stuff. Here's your chance. And that gives you a great tactical advantage on buying that storage unit because you know you got to go out and spend $1,000, $500 to $1,000 for a refrigerator. It's in some cases more than that. But you see one in a storage unit. Well, hell, if you pay $1,000 for that unit, you basically got the sucker for free if that refrigerator's working. That's how you gain an advantage. So that way you can get your item and make money by buying your item, because the other stuff, in theory, is going to pay for the refrigerator and then some. So I call that a tactical advantage, man. And I have done that. I got two refrigerators. We needed two refrigerators one time, and I've got them both. We're still using them. We got two refrigerators and a freezer, and we keep them all pretty much full. I love glass bottle. Yeah, that's what I do, man. This is like a quart. It's a beautiful bottle. I paid $2.79 for the bottle, basically. But I just wanted something where I could cap it. Didn't want plastic. It's a pretty bottle. And the water that came with this was very clean tasting. But the water that I filter, just as good. And I only just paid for the bottle. That was very expensive, $2.79. But whatever. Now I don't have to deal with all that plastic crap. And it's probably unhealthy anyway. I'm pretty sure it is. I hope they get all the fluoride out of the water. Well, that's the plan. You got Robert Kennedy, whose uncle and whatnot, they were killed. When I was 8 years old, that infamous Friday when they shot Kennedy, it was a lone gunman that did that, though. Yeah. Yeah, unless he was a time traveler or he could. Yeah, there was no way that was like that, man.
Bullets coming from 3 or 4 directions.
Yeah, one guy did it, and then they took him out after that. I mean, how obvious could you be? Back then, there was no internet to talk about it, though. They was easy to cover up. But the thing that's killed the deep state, man, is the internet, because that put everybody in communication. That put citizen journalists on in the same platform as the fake news media. Think about it. Everybody in this country is legally a journalist. Freedom of the press, and there's no, you don't get a thing saying I am a journalist that makes you a journalist. No, you're automatically a journalist if you want to be. There's no credentials. I guess that's the word I was looking for. I know they're mad at Bill Gates for his farmland. I wonder why he bought it. Well, he wants to control the food supply. And they want to put all that MR blah blah in our food. Because why, folks? What is the one thing that the deep states manifest? What do they want to do? Well, they've already told us what they want to do. They want to reduce the global population from 8 billion to 500 million by 2030. It used to be 2021, but guess what went wrong in 2016 for them? 17. DJT. He represented every person on this planet, I think, that cares about freedom. Whoa. What happened, Sadie? She knocked something over, it scared her, and then she was skidding. Her legs were going so fast she skidded. Yeah, well, you know what? I think he might be Trump's got him. I don't know if I want to go this route yet because I'm not sure. But he's had him to Mar-a-Lago. Kind of like Fauci. Now, Fauci, they took away his Secret Service, or what was it? Or his
pass.
Yeah, they took away his, what do you want to call it? What do they call that anyway? His security detail, I guess, for lack of a better.
Yeah.
And people say, well, that's just terrible. Why would you do that? Well, he tried to kill everybody. But let's just break it down. Why should the taxpayers pay for him when he made millions of dollars? He can get his, and Trump said, well, I'll give him the name of some good security services he can use. I think this guy's already been dealt with. That's just my own personal opinion. A lot of what you're seeing is pantomime. People are going to have a hard time believing that, but just wait until the EBS goes off. That's not good. That want to get pollination down. Oh, anything they say is BS, man. Well, I think they were trying to kill bees there for a while. They're trying to kill bees. Bees actually do good.
Yeah, all of our crops depend on that.
Right. Everything that's good, they want to destroy. Oh, yeah. Population. Yes. Yeah, they wanted it. What that meant was, Mad Dog, is they were making death threats. Now, anybody else making those threats, they would probably be arrested. Well, I want to reduce the population of my neighborhood here. There's too many people living in here. What's different about that? When you put it down into a local area like it, what if somebody said, yeah, we've got plans to reduce the population of the street area, how would that go over? Well, when you put it in context of the whole world, isn't that worse? I don't know, man. It sounds worse to me. I know a lot of government officials have made threats. Some are in jail and some of them aren't. Well, you know what? More and more of them are going to be looking from the inside out. Because Daddy's home. Yeah, his body double. The intel I got, he was taken out in 2020. 2021. Yeah. And there's so many masks, clones, body doubles, central casting. The last 4 years has been the biggest operation ever put on Earth, ever done on Earth. So, guys, let's keep this thing going. It's 1:30, so we normally check out at 1:30. But if you guys keep talking, we'll stick around up to 2:00 if you want. If not, we will just proceed on to what else we're doing, but keep it going. Let's see if I got something to spur some conversation here. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I've got a video out now that it's short because the lockers that are crappy, I try to make them short. Do you remember, Glenn, when about 3 or 4 months ago, I had made like 20 videos and was scheduling them, I'm down to 2 because I've only bought a few lockers during that span of time. I thought I'd be buying more, but I'm hoping to here in 2025 after everything kind of settles. I don't think anything's going to settle down this year. This year is going to be like 10 years that wrapped into 1 year. I think. I really do.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's going to seem like 10 years of things going on. I think you're going to see the end of wars. You're going to see a new financial system. You're going to see justice finally. And guess what? I know the guy's probably gone. His name was Joseph Robinette Biden. But guess who he didn't pardon? You want to take a shot at that one, Glenn? Guess who his avatar did not pardon? You got a guess?
I don't know.
Joe Biden.
Oh.
Think about it. Now, if this isn't a movie, I don't know what is. Why wouldn't he have? He doesn't have anything to lose anyway because he's not here. But most people say you're crazy. Well, it might be. Just because you're crazy doesn't mean you're not right. Show me where crazy can't be right. Those are beautiful, man. Where did Glenn get? Oh, the flag. Yeah, he's Mad Dog's complimenting your flag, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe you'll have to drive 30 or 50 miles to get a good unit now. Well, I hope not. I mean, I'm thinking this is just, I'm going to look today a little harder. I probably should have brought it up for us to look at, but we'll do that. I mean, we still do that. I just haven't. There's been so much going on that I like to talk about, but for years they squelched our voices. And I have this small platform here, and I like to speak. I like to use it, you know, to exercise my First Amendment right. You know, so YouTube's gonna have to change their service agreements because there's certain things they're not going to be able to do anymore. I don't know if it's been done yet, but we're going back to free speech. So there's some things they're going to have to ease up on. Mad Dog says, at least units are closer for you than they are for me. 90 miles to get a unit. Yeah, well, you just live out you probably got more room to breathe where you're at. You got wider spaces of Mother Nature. You know, I'm living in the outskirts of Louisville, which is urban area, but we've got my own little piece of heaven right here. But I've always enjoyed living in Kentucky, and for the most part, other than our governor, we got to get rid of that clown because they were wanting him to be the next president. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
They were going to. Well, that's some of them thought that he would be. You know, he's a tyrant, and I'd have to buy one big one or enough units to be worthwhile. Yeah, sometimes the small unit can be worthwhile if you find one good daggone item. That's why I bought that one for $80 here recently. But man, that was a mold, mildew, stinky. Vice President Davey Vance. That's interesting, though. Do I think he will be the next president? I mean, I guess it's possible. I do think that the whole system's going to change, though. I think it's going to be reduced. It's going to be an interesting Hey, look, we got Sadie. There she is. Hi, Sadie. Look at that beautiful cat. That's right. You want to sit over here? She's a good lab cat. Come on. There she is. That's right. All right, I got a lab cat. Show us some units. All right, I'll do that, man. I'll show you some units. Let's do that. Even if it's the help, even if it's help Glenn. Well, look, we can do that. Let's do that. Okay. Let's go to present. Share screen. We get a request for it. By God, we'll do it. Okay, let's look for, all right, look for me real quick. Now, I always go in my area here. I've got a lot of storage facilities here that I trust and I buy from and I bought bangers from. So I don't really have to go way out to look for a good unit because I've always found, now there is a little drought right now. And all right, let's see here. So these are in my area. I got 2 in my area. So let's check them out. That's Bardstown Road. All right, matey. All right, there it is. This one's 420. There's still 9 days to go, and it's already 420, Glenn. And it's a 10 by 10. You see what I mean? Now, I've looked at this, and I kind of like it, but I don't like that it's already been ran up to 420 with 10 days to go.
That's me. I like the unit, but I don't like that it's 490.
already. So there has to be the chance to find some bang, 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 bang in here. So what items do we have? Now, this is a snap-on rolling toolbox. That's in very dirty condition. That, I mean, I'm sure there's $200 to $300 here. I'm going to go light though, because it is looking. If it's not got any tools in, you probably only got 100. What do you think there? You know, something like 100 to 200 range.
Yeah, I don't know if it doesn't have any tools in it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a psyop for all we know. It could be staged, but I don't think this is, because I'm not going to be like them guys on Facebook. So, but here's some good furniture over here. You got 4 pieces showing of. There's probably $300-400 worth of furniture right there. So those items paid for the unit. So you're back to zero with those items. And what else you got in here? Okay, you got some cords, a minute bucket, and it looks like freaking ornaments, and a bag of bedding probably, and a bowl. Okay, it starts to get, you see these red totes? Those scare me. They just look, it's got Christmas written all over it.
Christmassy.
There's a bunch of them though, so I don't want to rule it out quick. But I mean, this unit's probably going to be double that on. So would you pay $800 for this? That's where we're at, and that's what I told Julie. I said we're just going to be smarter in buying some of these. I like the older furniture. That's tiger oak. I love that. I don't know exactly what it is though. I think that's a dresser. Now I love dressers, especially if they got stuff in the drawers.
Well, it's like you said. What is it? 10 days to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably going to go. It may go to 1,000 by then.
Yeah, and look, this toolbox is pretty smoked, man. I'm not seeing tools in that drawer there.
No.
I'm a little worried about this, because you know you get that and you think, oh, snap on. Well, whoop-de-doo if it looks like that. I mean, it's still worth something.
rough.
Now this piece here has legs. Now that's just Halloween. There's a box with 1 cord in it, turned on its side. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, there's a trunk. That's interesting. I'm not saying this locker isn't good. I just don't know what the price is going to look like on game time, you know, when the game time is here.
Yeah.
I mean, the object of the game is to buy more value than what you spend, you know. Now I'm seeing an aluminum ladder. You got a $20 ladder there. Whoop-de-doo. I like the furniture. I think the furniture looks okay. Let's keep looking. What's that? It looks like a post hole digger. Okay. Wood furniture. That's all I'm seeing. Trivial Pursuit loose in the box. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. Bud Light. I don't like Bud Light. That doesn't matter. I'm just saying. Okay. A couple of tables upside down. There's a curio back in the corner and a box with an X on it. So, what do you think, Mad Dog? What would you go on this unit? Just curious. I'm not seeing. Clearly, this is just a rando box here, Tub. That's just randoms. There could be a few dollars in there, but I don't know, man. If this said $20, I might feel different.
Yeah.
I mean,
I might go 500 on it maybe to take a chance, but it's going to go up more than that.
I would pay $500 for this unit. I just don't think it'll be an opportunity to do that. I think come February 5th, I think this, and I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and where is this at? 343. Watch. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me make sure where it is. Bardstown Road. Okay, this isn't too far away. All right. I can pretty much bid one time on it without having to be locked into it. So watch, I'll bid $10 on it just to put it in my bid manager. And I'll show you next week where this is, okay?
Okay.
All right, so confirm bid now. Sorry, minimum bid. Oh, I got it. It's 430. I would pay $430 for this unit. I see enough there.
Sure.
So I'm going to put that. I'm going to agree to all their bullshit. And I've been outbid, of course. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
So now it's in my bid manager. I can go right to it next week. I'll show you guys. It's 440 now. We'll see this in a week. Now, if, like you said, I will pay $500 for this unit, and that's it. If
Yeah.
it goes over that, I'm not going to buy it. Now you see why I'm not getting units right now. This explains it. But at some point, you got to be looking at getting a good deal. There's some warning flags.
Yeah.
I mean, this name always gets people looking. Okay, Snap-on. Now that could be cleaned up a little bit. I think it's going to be worth something. Yeah, I think you got at least $100 there. I think you got at least $500 in furniture and toolbox. Is that fair?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in that regard, I'm willing to pay 500 plus the fees. Got to remember, there's going to be that 500. That's 10%. That's another 50. And taxes, there's another 30 or 40. So that's 530 right now. That's it. That's all I want to pay for it. And so Mad Dog, what do you think? Let me see what he said. Just daggone knocked my daggone. Now look at what you did, Glenn. Okay, well, we'll come back into the comments. We still got 15 minutes. And all right, now. So this is the one I'm looking at. Now let's see what these things are made of. I guarantee you that's not brass. I guarantee that's not silver. Yeah, so I mean, for that price, oh, wait a minute. You can see inside the drawer here. I see a few items in there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm all in.
Yeah, if it did not more than 500, it'd be worth it.
I'll bid up to $500 on it. That's just all I'm going to go. And so I can pretty much guarantee I'm not going to get it. See, that's the problem I'm having right now. So just keeping this real. Now, I have bought lockers in the past where I pretty was sure I would paid a little bit too much, but I kind of liked it and was hoping something I'd find in it would bail me out. Well, that works sometimes. But it doesn't always. All right, so let's look for Glenn. And you are at 93308, right?
Yep.
3308. And we'll do you, watch Daryl's going to pop up here. I already know what's going to happen. And we'll look at that. You've got nothing in a 25-mile radius, Glenn. Let's try 50. Maybe there's something going on with the fires there. I don't know. Nothing in a 50.
Man.
Damn. Now I want to see what it is at 100. Damn.
That's about my limit right there, 100 miles.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to, I'll go back and I'll look one more time for me, but I can't, you're not going to even want to go after that far for a unit anyway. So I will look for another here for me. I wasn't trying to hog it all, but hell. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that before, going as far as 100 and not finding anything.
I wonder if it has anything to do with the fires, man. I really just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked on Locker Fox, and there's a few open on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Now this one's at the same place I just bid on. Now there's a pair of shoes. They look strangely. I'm not saying this is staged, but they did set them out where you could see the shoes. And there's a basketball, whoop de doo, but it's only $20. So, all right, now this one clearly isn't a whole lot. Now, what is that thing? Laundry. I can't tell what that is. Laundry bag. Oh, Lord. There's not a whole lot here, man. It's already going to be $30 if you want to bid on it. Okay, you got a couple pair of shoes, whoop-de-doo. This does look staged, even though I don't get excited about finding those kind of big face watches. Hard hat, couple pair. Yeah, this to me, it's not even worth messing with. Yeah, this is a waste of time right here, I think. I don't see anything to get me. There's enough shoes though, man. I could see somebody going up to $50 on this. It won't be me. I would be about where it's at. I mean, at $20, I would buy this, and then I could probably do all right. And there's really no guarantees. As far as we know, there could be mice living in these shoes. There you got a box cutter and a watch. Why they set all that stuff out like that? Paperwork. Yeah, this is a waste. That's a waste. All right, so I like that one. This one's a pile of crap. That's obviously but abandoned there. Let's look at this one. Same place. I don't like every box being open like that. Lids off. Why? Those Q shoes? Look like Q. That's a bad headboard. See an old drawer poking out there. All the loose clothes. It just makes more work. You got mattresses. Yeah, I'm not a big fan, but it is cheap. This is kind of what I've been dealing with. All right, there's some. That's not wood carved furniture. That's been glued on. Yeah, what's what they do? They glue that on it. They make it look like it's old wood carved design. It's still okay, but it's nothing great. All right, I might look at one more. I don't really care for this one that much. I could see a few things. Nah, not excited. But yeah, I'm all in on this one already, and yeah, I'll show you all next week if it's still online. How what that? It's 440. Remember that number. What else? Oh my God! I will not go to this place. This is where I couldn't get my deposit back that one time. But they're saying there's a grandfather. I think it's $700. It's a 5x10. Oh, come on, people. All right, now I'm seeing some boxes, so we got to try and determine what's in there. You got a wicker table, whoop-de-doo. You got a cheap. That looks like one of these newer ones. That might be worth, if you're lucky, $100. That's just Kim's. Okay, that could be all right. I'm not gonna get involved with this one. I can promise you that. I will not go to a facility I don't like. Very rarely, if ever. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm looking. I think it's overpriced. It's 5x10, $700 right now. Bad location. Yeah, maybe 200. It could be all right, but I'm not going to buy it. I don't like it. For me, I just don't like the location. But if that locker was close by, I don't know if I'd want to buy a 5x10 for $700 because they're still going to be bidding on it before the lock before it sells, and there's still taxes and fees. Now in the future, there won't be taxes on used stuff, so that'll be a big plus. I'd like to know what Kim was putting in those boxes, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the clock. If that clock wasn't there, this price would be much lower, and that clock really looks kind of like a newer one.
Yeah, it doesn't look antique-ish or anything.
Right. I mean, it could be worth a couple $100, I guess. So would you want to count on that and then pay 5, 10 for the rest of it? I'm not saying I would or not, but I don't know if I'd have to know something more about this unit. I need another clue. It could be good. I'm not going to sit here and badmouth it. It could be good. 6H, 10B, 12S. I don't know what that means. Kim's room. Now, that could be a jewelry box in there, but that's a reach. I don't know. Well, I'm going to come back into the chat because it's 7 till we can close it up for the day. But there we go. Let's see where we left off here. Where are you? There you go. Mad Dog said, I don't need the clown from Kentucky to be the next. Well, you know what? There's still a chance that there's I'm not saying this will happen, but under the new under the Constitution of the United States that we're going back to, the original, there's nothing that says Trump couldn't run again. The way it's worded now, it just says you cannot run again after 2 consecutive terms. But then what was illegal about all that, Congress didn't limit themselves. Only the president. So in the original Constitution, there was nothing that stopped a president from winning as long as he was voted for. So we'll just have to see how that turns out. And no, he's not going to get it. Thank you, Mad Dog. Appreciate it. Love cats. It does look like old furniture. I do like it at 420. That's where I'm at, and Glenn's at. But when you've got 9 days to go and it's already 420,
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's probably going to double, and then you're going to have a little more trouble making a good profit. Because I mean, selling all that stuff's a lot of work. So you want to get paid something. One looks like a record player. Now that wouldn't be so bad. Vintage might get, yeah, you know, there's going to be a lot of $10 to $20 items in there, I would guess. Don't look like much for tools in it, and it don't look like it. Yeah, I'm thinking being that it's Snap-on, if you cleaned it up real good, I mean, it's going to be worth $100 at least. I guess $100 or so. That's just my guess. And I am too, man, because it's a little fishy at 420. If it was 240, maybe. Candelabra, candlestick, I would get 10 to, yeah, and little dollar amounts. Yeah, they add up, I reckon. I do like the $20 unit with the shoes and the basketball a little. I like it at 20 to $30, but there's just not much else in there. But it wouldn't take much at that. So, you know, little units like that I've been known to buy. And you can do well with them. And you're not investing a lot of time in them either, because you can go and grab them. You can go in a car and grab that unit. Shoes, yeah, I like it a little bit. Those are nice Nike shoes at least $50 or more. Yeah, they're sitting there prominently, aren't they? Um, yeah, I mean, I think by the time they sell it, it's going to be more than $50. That's just my opinion, though. I got a little feeling I'd throw a $10 bid on it, and if they quit, I might consider it. Uh, well, I did, if it's that one with a toolbox, I did do that. I bid on it, but then I'm still not leading on it. So I think somebody probably bid 500, and it'll probably, if you bid 5, 10, or 20, you'd have the bid. But at that point, I don't want to do that right now because somebody else is going to do it anyway, and I don't want to have to buy anything that I don't want. So I was actually glad when I bid on it that somebody had the higher bid. Then that puts it in your bid manager where you can just go right to it and see where it is when they're actually selling it. Price now doesn't mean jack, you know. Yeah, I mean, I thought I saw at least 3 pairs. So, you know, you figure $20 a pair, you got $60 there. Mattresses, unless they're super clean and wrapped, you're not going to get crap out of them. Particle board, that's bull crap. The clock, I do not like that much in there, a pain in the ass. Yeah, you got to be really careful with them, and you know, you never know when you get in there. Maybe somebody wasn't too careful with it when they put it in there. I know at times they take good items and put them in a bad area. You didn't get them, man. You know what he would have done with them, don't you? They weren't going to be able to detonate. You know what they were going to do, don't you? Did you heard about the plan that they thwarted? Of course, that you're not going to. You have to know where to look to find the plan, but they were going to explode a nuke on the East Coast underwater and run a tsunami all over the East Coast and kill millions. And that was stopped. That was going to be on Inauguration Day. But in my mind, that happened days earlier. I don't think that was the real inauguration. I think that was the one they were showing. For one thing, Trump didn't put his hand on the Bible in that one. It could have been a clue. I don't know. My mind always looks for the little details, you know. That clock is from the 80s. Looks Howard Miller. That's a good name. But that would be a pain, nasty move. I didn't like the fact that I could break it move. Yeah, I mean, I think what it's doing, Mad Dog, is it's driving up the price in the unit. But also on the same thought, it also gives you an idea that there's probably other stuff in the unit that is of the same quality. That not being the top of the line, that one being like a middle of the okay clock, you know. So there'll be a bunch of other okay stuff. I mean, that's how I kind of look at it. The table of chairs, 600 about. Yeah, that's a high, but that's, I don't know. That's a lot of cheese, man. Oh yeah, I love Tiger Oak. We sell the hell out of Tiger Oak furniture. That's right. Hey, Krista, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. This country's coming back together. We're putting Humpty Dumpty back together, man. That's right. Hope you're doing well. I'm glad you swung in here. We appreciate you. That's right. They put good items in a bad area because they get the rent so cheap. It could be. Of course, I'm not sure if I'd want to do that, but hey, whatever works, I guess. There we go. We're dog parking. I want a storage unit, but it is freezing here. Yeah, it's 43 here right now, and that's been the warmest it's been here in 2 weeks. Yeah. All right, guys. I guess we're gonna run I know Krista just got here, but we've been online for 2 hours, and I'm getting hungry. So, so anyway, guys, I've got a video out if y'all want to check it out about I don't like buying storage units on my phone, and you'll see why in the video I put out today. And Anyway, I want to wish everybody a great rest of your weekend. We will be back here next Sunday at 12 p.m. Got anything to throw against the wall, Glenn?
Now, just everybody stay safe and keep going.
That's right, man. Things are going to get so much better. Get ready for prosperity. It's happening, folks. It's happening. Yes, I have been watching him sign the executive orders. 200 of them. This is beautiful, Krista. It's okay. I'll watch your video. Have a wonderful week. Thank you, Krista. We appreciate you, and we wish the best for you and yours. Have a great rest of your day and rest of your week. And Eric says, hope everyone has a great week. Hey, it's gotten better, man. I could just sit down and watch just videos of Trump. We finally got a president that you can actually talk to, and he'll respond to questions, and he'll let you know what's going on. This is wonderful. The roundo table looks like it's from the 80s, so it tells me it's time capsule, and they span over that's a good point, Mad Dog. There's probably, yeah, that's a good point. So good post. All right, guys. Well, we're going to shut her down, so I'll leave you with this outro, and we will see you next Sunday here on American Patriot Storage Hunters, and we might even find a storage unit by then. Who knows? All right, guys. I'll see you. Take care, Glenn. You enjoy. Have a great week.
You also, Mark.
All right. Take care. Take care, guys.